engagement coordinator, Vernette Doty, who many of you know. She's our director, and my colleague Ruben Reyes is a community engagement specialist. So our contact information is on here. Feel free to send us an email. The phone that is set on here is actually my work cell phone, so I'm actually able to receive text messages as well. So please feel free to reach out to me or Ruben or Vernette. Alrighty, and then this is our awesome CEC student staff team. So I will let Maria and Tasia introduce themselves and say hi. So go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Maria. I am the student manager here at the CEC. And another one of my responsibilities is managing our social medias. So if you've gotten a DM from us, it was probably me, so hello.
Hi, I'm Tasia. I'm also part of the CEC team. I'm mainly in charge of CatLife, so you'll probably be talking to me if you have any questions about it. Yeah, hey guys.
All righty, and then we also have Jesse, who is not on this call, but he is our lead for Lift While You Lead. And we have Namitha, who actually sets up our website. So if you registered through our website, that is all Namitha. So we really do have a fabulous team. If you ever have a general question, but you don't know like where it falls, like you don't know if it's an Andrea question, a Maria question, you can or a Tasia question, you can always email us to communityservice@ucmerced.edu. That one's our general email, and it actually goes, we all have access to it. So when in doubt, you can always email us to that email. All right, well, before we continue, I'd like to know, get to know you all for a little bit. So I'm gonna take us off sharing so that we can all see our lovely faces or names or photos. Oh, Vernette joined us. Hi, Vernette. So go ahead and let us know if you feel comfortable. If not, you are more than welcome to use the chat feature. You can go ahead and say your name and what organization or club you are representing. Feel free. Anybody that wants to go ahead.
Hello, I'm Luis. I'm here to represent Pre-Med Central, the Pre-Med Club here on campus. That was it. That was it, right? Is that all?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Luis. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shayna Santa Cruz. I'm here representing the Public Health Graduate Student Group. We're relatively new, so I'm interested in hearing about all the opportunities that we can do together.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Kara Hill. I'm representing Africans for Retention and Outreach, which is Afro Hall. And yeah, I'm super excited to be here.
Thanks for joining us.
Hi, my name is Alex Perez. I am head of outreach for Sigma Chi, and look forward to hearing about all of the new ways of doing community service virtually.
Hi, Alex. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, my name is Jacina. I recently got one of my clubs re-registered for, it's called Minority Association of Pre-Medical Students, and I was just curious of like different opportunities that I could introduce to people that are interested in possibly joining the club.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cynthia Sabazali. I am the Community Service Chair for Phi Delta Epsilon, the pre-med fraternity on campus. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing good today.
All right. So many pre-med and public health. This is awesome. All right. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Golly Torres, and I'm the Vice President of Community Service for Delta Sigma Pi. We're a professional business fraternity on campus. And I just want to say thank you to our CEC staff for hosting this meeting.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Magali.
We also have a few people in the chat that would like to say hi. So we have Stephanie from Phi Moon. Sorry if I don't pronounce that right. Sabrina from Delta, Sydney from Public Society. We have Daisy from AMSA. We also have Esmeralda from Delta Epsilon U, and Cynthia from Active Minds and Planned Parenthood. And I think that's about it. Oh, except for Kristen is from FCS, or FSC, sorry, and Women in STEM.
Cool. Thank you, Maria. All right, and it looks like, oh, thank you for joining us, Araceli. Awesome. All right, well, thank you all for, I know, I mean, it's what, like the third week of school, and you probably already had to do that for every single one of your classes, and then for the club and everything. Oh boy, well, we wanted to keep that going, so you are welcome. I'm just kidding. Okay, here we go. Back to sharing our screen. Okay, cool. Here we go. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. So how do we, how can your members meet the community service requirements if, in the time of, COVID-19, we're encouraged to use physical distancing? So there are quite a few ways. And the first thing that I want to highlight here is that virtual service is real service. It requires commitment. It requires time. And essentially, if the task is not completed, that organization that you signed up for, or that anybody signed up for, can hurt the organization because that task was not completed. So virtual service is still real service. And for now, we are encouraging all the clubs and orgs, and really any student that wants to remain involved, to look out for volunteer opportunities that are both, national, local, global, and of course, we will share a few local opportunities that follow COVID-19 precautions and guidelines. And so those will be for those of us who are still in the Merced area and that feel comfortable performing those, in-person volunteer opportunities. So I will say that, we will highly, discourage any club and org to make that a requirement. It should be depending on how your members feel, whether they want to participate in that in person or not. So with that being said, I will pass this along to Maria, but we'll go ahead and talk about how you all can look up our different community service virtual ideas, and that is something that is documented on our Instagram. And if for whatever reason, I don't think this is the case, but if for whatever reason your org or club or yourself is not on Instagram, you can always email us as well. We are currently trying to figure out how we can link our social media updates to our website. That is still in process, but for the time being, you are welcome to send us an email like, hey, what was the service idea for the week? Now, I know that I'm saying service idea for the week, but this week or last week, we did not do community service virtual ideas because we're doing kind of like an intro, welcome back, meet the CEC. But as soon as we're done with that, we will proceed with our virtual service ideas every single Monday. So Maria's gonna go over a few, and she's gonna show you how you can find them and how you can, how we label them, how actually Maria, she is the mastermind behind our social media, how she labels it step by step. Again, if your club or org has an idea of their own, you can always reach out to us, especially if you need support. If you have an idea, but you don't have like a community partner, or you'd like to involve other clubs because you want this to be a whole effort, you are more than welcome to email us and we can talk that through. We'll set up a meeting. I'll give you an example. Last in the fall, the game development club had this idea of going into a high school and teaching high school students at Yosemite High School how to create video games. And so the video game club, or the game development club, they would actually go to the school weekly, and they taught the students how to code. And at the end, they had this like game-a-thon where they kind of competed to see like who created the best video game. So that was non-existent until their club president came over to us, and we paired them up with the high school, and we helped them with transportation. Obviously, that's not the case, but that would be an idea of like, if you have an idea and you think it's, you won't be able to do it. That is why we're here. So I will stop talking. Go ahead, Maria.
Okay, so as Andrea mentioned, we definitely encourage you guys to find any virtual service ideas that you guys like. Personally, the ones I've put on our Instagram, I've found them from other Instagrams, on Twitter, even TikTok. If you look up like hashtag community service, you'll find some. So we do post remote community service ideas every week on our Instagram, and Andrea's gonna go ahead and show you one of those. The one that a lot of people liked was our Be My Eyes idea, which promotes the Be My Eyes app. And that app is free to download on Android and iOS. And through that app, you can assist blind and low vision individuals with daily tasks, whether it's like reading instructions on something, helping them figure out how much money they have like in the moment. You basically, it's kind of like FaceTiming them, but it's through the app, so they don't have your number or anything. It's just like an in-app assistance, and it's very cool. So Andrea's gonna go ahead and show you like the step-by-step. Okay, so first, how it works, you do have to be 17 or older to sign up, and the calls are connected based on your time zone and your language. So everything is pretty much tailored to you while you're signing up for it. And when a call is answered, there's a live one-way video. So you can see the person, but the person doesn't see you. You basically just like guide them through it with your words. And then so step one would be to download the Be My Eyes app. And like I mentioned, it's free on both register as a sighted volunteer, because there's an option to be the volunteer or the low vision or blind person that needs help. So make sure you do click sighted volunteer, and then you just allow access to your microphone and notifications. And then the third step would be to learn how to answer Be My Eyes calls. So there's actually a link that you can go to, which is bemyeyes.zendesk.com, which gives you a lot of information about like what some of the tasks are that most people have questions for. How a call would go. There's even like a video where it shows you exactly like an example call. So please don't feel, oh, does someone have a question? Okay, no, okay. So yeah, so please don't feel nervous at all about making the call, because there's a lot of information to help you kind of guide yourself through that. All right, and I think that was it. Right? I think that was the last step. Oh no, step 4 is just to wait to receive your call, because some people have mentioned that it does take a little while to receive a first call. So just be patient, and as long as you're logged in on the app, you can receive a call. You don't have to be using the app, just as long as you're signed in, you'll get a call. And then we have a lot of ideas like this on our Instagram. I think right now we have 9. So if you guys are ever having trouble finding an idea, you can just look through our Instagram. And like Andrea mentioned, we do post these weekly, but they never expire. Like these are virtual service ideas that are year round, like all the time. So you can always look back if you need an extra, like extra inspiration. Another good one, actually for pre-health clubs, is the Project Sunshine volunteer opportunities. So Andrea, I think you were just on that one. Yeah, so one of them is to create a coloring book activity for a pediatric patient through the Project Sunshine project. And for that one, you basically just create either a coloring activity or any other activity. You just pick a theme pretty much. And then the next step would be to Andrea. Okay. Pick the type of page. So you can do like a connect the dots, Mad Libs, PG version, word searches, anything like that. And then after that, you actually create it. So please remember to not include any religious or political content.
Yeah, and on top of representing your club and organization, you are representing UC Merced. So it's really important that we use our best judgment when it comes to opportunities that invite our creativity and are like open. There, you know, that creativity is there to allow us to use it. But let's make sure that we have our best judgment.
Yeah, and then the last step would just be to submit your activity page to Project Sunshine submission form, and any link mentioned in our virtual service post, the links can be found in the link tree. So, Maria, if you want to go to our tree real quick,
Yeah.
you can find it in our bio.
Let me, you know what, Maria, before we go to the link tree. Oh no, can y'all hear me or am I lagging already?
We can hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay, because I can hear the lag on my end. But yeah, so before we go to the link tree, Maria, I want to encourage everyone, you know, to please tag us in any photo. If you do this, you know, your club members, if you happen to be in quarantine with one of your club members and y'all happen to do that, you know, we appreciate that group photo that you can send us. If you are doing this on your own or with your family, please let us know. And then of course we will reach out to ask you for permission to see if we can feature you on our social media or on our website. But please, you know, we can definitely inspire other Bobcats to do service by showing how other clubs and orgs and Bobcats are already doing it. All right.
I had a question. Sorry, about the last one. It was what was the program? What was the virtual service idea with the Project Sunshine? Do you do the arts and crafts like through a program online, or is it like you do it like with your own materials and then you send it?
So I believe it's online because the submission form is a virtual form. But I can double check to make sure if you can also mail it out, because they have another program that's thank you letters to
Yeah.
volunteers, and that one can do through the mail. So I can double check and then I'll contact you.
Thank you.
And we also did get a private message, so I'll keep it anonymous. Andrea, someone asked about Lift While You Lead, if there are still orientations.
Oh my goodness, I was talking and I was muted. I'm trying not to become like my professors. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, so I did see that as well. I will go ahead and follow up. We are a little bit limited on spaces that we can offer just because it is virtual. And I don't know if those spaces are all filled yet. So what I'll go ahead and do is I will double check to see if we can still keep accepting mentors. I do not want to turn away anybody. So it is most likely that if you want to do Lift While You Lead, go ahead and contact us. And if you already did, I will get back to you, I promise. But if you are still wanting to be part of Lift While You Lead, go ahead and contact us and we can figure something out. We can do a training, at our own time, and we can see, where we can put you in. We already do have a lot of mentors, but that is totally fine. We can figure out like a team A, team B system so that we don't have to turn anybody away. So thank you. That was a great question. All righty. Okay, let's go to that link tree.
Okay, so link tree in our bio. And once you click on it, it'll redirect you to a web page where you can see all of our links. So our website, CatLife, to like us on Facebook, follow on Twitter. And then if you scroll below, we have our links for the Project Sunshine submission form.
I apologize. You don't make the restrictions. All righty. Okay. Tasia, let's go over CatLife.
Okay, hi guys. So for CatLife, if you're already a part of an organization on CatLife, this is what your screen will look like when you go to the My Service Hours portion of the website, and you just click that blue button at the top to submit service hours. So Merced has their own definition of what service is and what actually counts towards service hours. And it's characterized by action, hands-on service, but you can't really do hands-on now, but you guys know what I mean. That meets an immediate community identified that need that benefits unreserved individuals, groups, or organizations, and addresses issues to benefit the common good. So the Be My Eyes, the Project Sunshine, those would be things that count as direct service. And things like philanthropy or fundraising, like raising money for St. Jude or doing like a relay race, stuff like that. If it involves money, it doesn't really count towards the service. So if it gets submitted into CatLife, those hours won't be approved, unfortunately, and you'll get an email that details what exactly we're looking for when it comes to our direct service. So it would be like helping out, writing the cards, that would count for direct service now. We would just have to put different examples since everything is online and these examples are like actual hands-on, but we can't do that. But as long as it's not money related or like fundraising type stuff, it counts towards service if you're giving your time and helping out a group of people. And if you have any questions and you want to know before you like do the service, you could always email us and we'll get back to you and let you know if it counts or not.
And just, sorry to jump in again, it's Vernette again. The philanthropy and fundraising is absolutely important, and we love that you do it. So we're not trying to say that that work isn't important. Please don't get that message at all. It's just that we can't track it in CatLife. The service that we can track is that direct service. Philanthropy is often much harder to quantify. And so if your club is doing philanthropic type activities, please keep a record of that however you would like to, because I feel that's very important, and it serves the greater good, just like direct service. But just keep in mind that we can't track that, or we are not currently tracking that in CatLife. There's not a neat and tidy way that would make it equitable for all people to put their philanthropic work into CatLife. So it's great and keep doing it, but just track it a different way.
I was just about to say that. Thank you, Vernette. That was good. Okay. Any questions in regards to CatLife? And we are pretty good about approving hours on a weekly basis. So if you have a question and it's been more than a week and you haven't received approval, that is probably because there is an email in your inbox that tells you why it has not been approved. So sometimes we go ahead and send you an email letting you know why it wasn't approved. And sometimes we just need a little bit more clarification, like you were tutoring. Well, tell us a little bit more. Again, with us not being able to do service in person, that really changes the dynamic. So please, if you are unclear or unsure, go ahead and email us.
So with tutoring, if you get paid, is that service or is it philanthropy?
If you get like paid,
For tutoring.
like for a job?
Oh yeah. Well, like if you like, if so, like I'm an online tutor, so that would be like, that wouldn't be direct service, right?
Vernette, can you hop in this one if somebody is paid to do to do tutoring?
Yeah, so this is a funny thing, and I'm not making up the rules on this. This is kind of a bigger conversation. But if you're paid hourly, then that would be considered a job, so it wouldn't necessarily be service. But if you receive a stipend and it's not like an hourly wage, then you could consider those hours as service. Does that help?
All right.
Thanks for the question.
We got the thumbs up. Cool. Great questions. I see we have a few on the chat. Maria, what do we have?
Yes, we have a couple questions. So first is, do all members submit their own hours?
Tasia.
Okay, so yes, because it's easier for us to track individual hours. Because on our side, on your guys' side, it says like pending, approved, and denied, and on ours, it does it well as well. And at the end of the year, we like to make a whole list and showcase how many hours, however many students have put in. So when you submit it, it would just be like as you as a person, but you could put that you did it for a specific club or organization. So your members would have to do it themselves. And if they do it for 2 clubs, I don't think you could split the hours. You would just have to pick one or the other. Unfortunately, I don't think splitting the hours in half, it would only count towards one organization.
Okay, thank you, Tasia, for your answer. And we do have another question. Oh yeah, that was the question. Never mind.
Okay. All right. Well, if you can think of any other questions, go ahead and email us. And this is our kind of like our plug that we're putting in towards the end as we approach here. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, Facebook. You can always send us an email, the email that was in our contact us page at the beginning of this presentation. And you can always DM us as well. We're pretty good about answering DMs as well. And our posts will include remote service ideas, Merced County service opportunities, as we are still kind of waiting to see what will happen with the in-person opportunities. We'll be doing resources, and we will also be doing calls to action, because at the end of the day, we are the Community Engagement Center. And as much as we love to promote service, we also like to promote community engagement. And with that community engagement comes calls to action. So that is usually something that you will find maybe every other Friday. And you will see again, like the steps of how to something. Bernard, Maria, Tasia, is there anything else you'd like to add before we move on to questions?
Yeah, I just replied in the chat, but you could submit however many hours you want to submit to us. If there is like a requirement, it would be from the club or organization themselves. It wouldn't be on our end. So you would have to check with your org if they require your members to do, let's say, like 10 hours a semester, but we don't count that. We just approve the hours and stuff like that.
And also, just an FYI, if you start putting those service hours in CatLife, it will benefit your club, because they're obviously going to be, seeing how many service hours are being completed through their club members. But it also shows up in your own CatLife involvement record. And one of the benefits to that is, at the end of the year, say you want to apply for a scholarship or a job or an internship, And along with your employment application, you could go into your involvement record and capture all the service hours that you've done. Most companies these days, whether it's a big corporation or a small private company, are finding ways to engage their employees in service in their community. So by attaching this record of the service that you've done while you've been at UC Merced can really help make your application for whatever it is stronger. So please remember that this is also a benefit to you as well as to your club and organization. And it's also bragging rights that we can go share out with the community all that our students have done, because y'all are amazing.
Yes, thank you, Burnett. All righty. So it looks like we are down to the last of our presentation. So we've got a few minutes here. So thank you for joining us, but we are definitely open for any questions. If at this time you'd like to go ahead and log off, if you want to stay and chat with us, anything is, everything is welcome. So is there any other questions?
Yeah. Can you put in like hours from previous years so your report has all the information, or is it only for the this academic year?
That is
If
a good
you put
question.
in past hours, they will still show up and they can be approved as long as they count, but yeah.
So like for example, I can log in like hours from like 2 years ago, and if they're approved, then it'll stay on that record.
Yeah, as long as you might have to give like some sort of background on what you did just so we can confirm that it like happened. But other than that, as long as you submit it and it falls under direct service, it'll get approved.
That's a good question. All right, and I think somebody asked where this recording will be posted. We are still trying to figure out. We're going to see if there is a way that we can link it to our website. We will figure out a way. Either way, anybody that signed up on the registration will